What is up, Packer fans? We did it. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe they beat the Dolphins. That's crazy. That was like the must win of the year. The Packers had to have this one, especially after everything went their way this weekend. Packers had to have it. They had to beat the Dolphins, and they did it 26-20. The defense was amazing in that second half. Merry Christmas, everybody. All I wanted for Christmas was for the Packers to beat the Dolphins and keep their season alive. And now they're just behind the driver's seat for the playoffs. And that's pretty exciting because the Packers can win 2 games in a row at Lambeau, then watch the Commanders at least lose one more time this year. They have the Cowboys and the Colts. Packers will be in. That would be amazing. So, especially after being 4-8, everything looking kind of bleak, people calling for Jordan Love, and now the Packers really do kind of control their own destiny based on the fact that I do think the Commanders will lose to the Cowboys for sure, if not the Colts, who, Jeff Saturday will be fighting for his job as a head coach there, and I'm sure he'll want to win. So we will see. It'll be exciting, but the Packers beating the Dolphins 26-20. Packers offense, shaky a little bit, couldn't run the ball. A weird 4th and 2 fake punt from their 20 where they still ran it in the middle when the Dolphins had a bunch of guys there kind of ready for that. Weird call at that time, especially at that kind of the field position, but defense held. Big stop there, holding them to a field goal. And, in the first half, Waddle got free, 84 yards. I don't know what Rudy Ford was doing on that one, but whatever. And then, Tyreek getting free a little bit too. So Tua looked good in the first. I mean, he had over 200 yards with only like 9 completions. I mean, his yards average was insane for the beginning of the game. And then the Packers defense did something in the second half where they kind of realized what the Dolphins were trying to do to him, what Tua was doing. He was really anticipating a lot of routes, throwing things early. So, on the one where Campbell, the first one, which was a huge one because Dolphins were driving, Campbell just kind of read where he was throwing and just jumped right to it. Raheem wasn't even looking for it. The running back, wasn't even looking for it. So that was a huge play. And then the Jair pick on the next drive, the Jair pick, he just kind of overthrew his guy, and Jair was right there for the catch. So that was a huge interception. Obviously, the Pro Bowl player that he is intercepted that, returned it for us. And then the final one, the one that sealed the game, the final drive for the Dolphins, all 3 of their last drives pretty much ended in interceptions. I mean, for the Dolphins, for that to happen to Tua after having such a big game early on, that's crazy, the adjustments the Packers were able to make. And the one that Douglas got to seal the game, I don't even know who Tua was throwing it to. I mean, there was no Dolphins really in the vicinity, and it was basically right to Douglas, and Douglas, being the playmaker that he is, intercepted it, sealing in the game for the Packers. Because after the Packers, kind of got in the range and we were up 23-20, they drove down and they should have scored a touchdown. They would have put the game away. The offensive struggles in the red zone are obvious, and they have to figure it out. I don't know what they're going to do, but they cannot have these woes when it comes to playing teams like the Vikings next week. And then if they do get into the playoffs, they'll be likely playing a team like the Eagles early on. And so that'll be interesting. We will see how that all works itself out. But yeah, I guess they'll play whoever the second seed is, but so that'll be like the Vikings again. So I guess we'll see. We will see how it all shakes out. But for the Packers to get in, that would be amazing. Obviously, they have to finish it out. But that second half, just for the defense to come and get 3 interceptions, and then the Jaron Reed forced fumble recovery when the Dolphins were driving yet again to end that drive, and that was right before half, and that allowed us to get the field goal before halftime and then come down after half and score the touch. It worked itself out. So really a huge turnover at that point in the game, because it looked like if the Dolphins could drive down a little bit there and get even a field goal, now they're stretching their lead, and it would have been a lot more difficult. But the Packers shut the Dolphins out in the second half. They scored 13 points. Dolphins scored 0. What a big defensive effort in that second half. I mean, how the offense for the Dolphins was going for most of the game. I can't believe that they were able to turn it around like that, especially just how like Tyreek was getting so wide open and Waddle was just burning guys. It just seemed like that kind of flow was going to keep going. So for the Packers to really make the adjustments to save their season, it's just super optimistic, forcing more turnovers in this game than they pretty much have in any game all season. I mean, just the play of the defense was amazing. So go Packers, go. That's awesome. And for the offense, Rodgers played okay. The interception was weird. I think Lazard got pushed. They didn't call it. They said it wasn't enough of a push. I don't know. A push is a push when you're trying to catch a pass and whatever. But, for that interception, Rodgers did have some really nice throws. The one to Lazard that he did catch was huge. Lazard did have some drops, which was a bummer. But the big dog caught an amazing one that was a huge 3rd and long. Rodgers just kind of threw it up. Patrick Taylor had a nice block to kind of give him an extra second. The 3rd string running back. And, big dog at 38 years old to go up, or he's about to be 39 or already did turn 39. He's right around Rodgers' age, so I'm not sure when his birthday is, but whatever. So for Mercedes Lewis to be able to still do that at his age, and, he's basically just a blocking tight end now, and for Rodgers to just throw it up to him and see if he could come down with it, what an amazing play to keep that drive going. And I think we did score a touchdown on that drive, I believe. But for Mason Crosby in his 256th game, his consecutive game, the record-breaking game where he breaks Brett Favre's record, he has 4 field goals, makes them all, 2 extra points, makes them both, and basically seals this win for Green Bay. What a huge victory. I still can't believe it just because it looked so bleak at 4-8, and now things are really looking optimistic. It comes down to Packers winning out, 2 games at home, the Vikings, who are still playing for, higher seeding and in a battle a little bit, but they won the division, so we'll see what they do. And then the Lions the following week at home again, so for the Packers, just winning these 2 games and watching the Commanders lose 1, and they're in. And so for Green Bay, this is a big opportunity. Didn't think we'd be here a few weeks ago, and now the Packers put themselves in position, and obviously everything that needed to go wrong for everybody else went wrong. The Panthers beat the Lions, the Falcons lost, which I don't think was a huge deal, but then the Lions lost, and then the Commanders lost, and the Giants lost. So it really was a Seahawks loss, so it really was a good weekend for Green Bay. They just had to go down and beat Miami, and they did that now. So for the Packers, enjoy this, but now it's a battle. They have to beat the Vikings, and it's been cold in Wisconsin, I should know. So, I mean, if Green Bay, we'll see what the temperature's like next week, but it's probably going to be cold still. So for the Packers, use that as an advantage. Vikings live up here, but they play inside, so we will see. They're going to be ready to go. Packers need to be ready to go, and we all know the Vikings are like 11-0 now in one-score games, so we have to blow them out. Otherwise, we'll have to be the reason why they're 11-1. So go Pack, go! Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope the Packers can keep this going. It's been a great ride. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Go Packers. Peace out. See you guys next time.